Hi, my name is Lauren Gale, and I am the author of Confessions of a Recovering Drama Queen. And I wanted to share something that happened to me the other day, a little bit of an aha moment that maybe will give you some perspective about your own life. I was walking through the airport, and as I often do because I do travel for work, and as I was walking through the airport, my ankle started hurting me. Now, I have what they call catastrophic thinking, where the little bit of pain that I have in my body, because I had back-to-back injuries, pun intended, my mind goes to the worst case scenario because I want to be prepared for the worst case scenario, right? So a little bit of pain and my mind goes into, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to walk now. I'm far away from home. I'm going to get home. I'm very dependent. I have no one to help me. And it just goes in spirals to the absolutely worst case scenario. But I've learned once my mind starts doing that to bring my reasonable, compassionate self and say, okay, wait a minute. I do have a little bit of pain. Why do I have a little bit of pain? That doesn't mean that my whole world is collapsing around me, right? Yet. So then I realized I'm carrying this big old backpack because I'm walking through the airport, right? And that got me thinking, we are all carrying a backpack throughout our lives. So what's in your backpack? Is it catastrophic thinking? Is it limiting beliefs that you believed in from very early on because someone said something or someone did something when you were a child or from a certain trauma? What survival mechanisms have you learned that got you to now but are not serving you any longer? We are all walking through our lives with this big old backpack. And guess what? That backpack is what you bring to every relationship, to every job, to every friendship, even the relationship that you have with yourself. So don't beat yourself up about your backpack. By bringing your awareness, self-awareness about those limiting beliefs, about those survival mechanisms that you adopted that got you to now but are not serving you any longer, is a very powerful way to start unpacking your backpack. So one example that I'm going to share from my own life, I had a very traumatic childhood with a very controlling dad and my mom completely dependent on my dad. So it was a very unhealthy situation. So I made a promise to myself as a young girl, I would never depend on a man. So I didn't. I made sure that I was extremely successful, extremely independent, and really good at anything I took on, to the point that I was an overachiever, which was at times exhausting. So that served me very well in life. I did well whatever I did, right? But it also kept me a little isolated. And that is a lie I told myself, because let's be honest, that's BS. We all need people. We're social animals as human beings. We all need each other. So yeah, it served me to some extent, but to some extent, it also kept me very isolated. Another limiting belief that I carried my entire life is people would always leave you. So oftentimes in my life, I have left before anyone else had the chance to. Sometimes for a good reason, sometimes not so much. And sometimes I chose partners for myself that were not right for me from the beginning, so I have an easy out. So what limiting beliefs are you carrying around? And when you do get into an argument or into a fight with your partner or with your boss or with your friend, ask yourself, are you really angry at them? Or are you really angry at someone who hurt you in the past? And how do you heal that part of you that is still hurting? It is not someone else's responsibility to heal that part of you. It is yours. How do you show up for that child that was hurt? How do you heal that trauma? And the more you heal yourself, the better you are in life, in your relationships, in your job, in your body. So our job is to heal that trauma, to heal that child, and show up with love, compassion, patience, and awareness with ourselves and others. And sometimes one of the most powerful prayers that I've learned from the Course in Miracles is, how do I see things differently? Don't judge yourself for those limiting beliefs. Don't judge others. But how can you heal those limiting beliefs and shine light on them, on your life, and on others? So today and every day, in every situation, and with every person, I hope you see the light and the love and the opportunity, and I hope you choose love for yourself first and foremost, then for others. Namaste.